Hi everybody, welcome back to Mr. Sid Reads. Today I'm reading you one of my favorite books. It's called The Empty Pot. The first few pages are going to be difficult to see. My director has informed me of that. So the camera will zoom in so you can see some of the small pictures, but the pictures will get larger as the story goes along. One of the reasons why I love this story, The Empty Pot, is because it has a lesson and a message. It tells us something about how plants grow, but it also is about human behavior, and I love learning something about how people are and how they change. This book is called The Empty Pot, and it's written by a person with one name, Demi. Now, isn't that unusual? That's like Cher or Madonna, if you know who those people are. The Empty Pot by Demi. Here's a good image of the empty pot. Now, like I said, the first images are going to be rather small, and the cameraman will do his best to zoom in for you. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers, bushes, and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. Everyone in the kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but flowers most of all, and he tended his own garden every day. But the emperor was very old. He needed to choose a successor to his throne. Successor means somebody who's going to take over the job. Who would his successor be? And how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued. All the children in the land are to come to the palace. There they would be given a special flower seed by the emperor. Whoever can show me their best in 1 year's time, he said, will succeed me to the throne. Meaning, whoever can take this seed and grow a beautiful plant or flower can have my job. The news created great excitement throughout the land. Children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their flower seeds. All the parents wanted their children to be chosen for emperor, and all the children hoped that they'd be chosen too. You get this? See how they're going up the stairs to the emperor? When Ping received his seed from the emperor, a seed, one seed, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure he could grow the most beautiful flower, because as you remember, he's really good at it. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil. That means dirt. He planted the seed in it very carefully. He watered every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in the pot. Ping was very worried. He put new soil into a bigger pot. Then he transferred or transplanted the seed into the rich, dark, black soil. Another 2 months he waited. Still nothing happened. By and by, a whole year passed. Look at that, winter, empty pot. Spring came, and all the children put on their best clothes to go greet the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. See that? They all have these beautiful filled pots with flowers. Each and every one, except for Ping. Ping was ashamed of his empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him, because for once, the first time, he couldn't get a flower to grow. His clever friend ran by, holding a great big plant. Ping, he said, you're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you? Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine? I've grown lots of flowers, better than yours, said Ping. It's just this seed won't grow. Ping's father overheard this and said, you did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. Yeah. How beautiful all the flowers were. But the emperor was frowning and did not say a word. Finally, he came to Ping. Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. The emperor asked him, you, why did you bring me an empty pot? You see how far away he is? This is the best part of the story. Ping started to cry and replied, I planted the seed you gave me and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. I put it in a better pot with better soil and still it didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today I had to bring an empty pot without a flower. It was the best I could do. When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arms around Ping. Then he exclaimed to one and all, I have found him. I have found the one person worthy of being emperor. Where you got your seeds, I do not know, because the seeds I gave you had all been cooked. So it was impossible for any of them to grow. What's that say about all those children with flowers? I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth. Truth. And now I reward him with my entire kingdom and make him emperor of all the land. So the two lessons we learned here are, seeds will not grow if they've been cooked. So oftentimes children grab packages of sunflower seeds from the store that have been roasted, which means they were baked in the oven and makes them a little more crunchy, and then they salt them. And then kids often want to grab those and put them in the ground. Well, they're not going to grow for you because they have been cooked. A cooked seed will not grow. So that was lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is always tell your truth. It helps. And in this case, all those other children had lied to the emperor. He came with the empty truth. The empty pot. I love this book! I hope you enjoyed it too. Come back for more. There's a lot to learn. See you soon. Bye-bye.